He's a senior member of Congress, Huntington Beach's favorite son, Dana Rohrabacher. Congressman Rohrabacher has been on Capitol Hill for 20 years, and a win on November 4th would give him his 11th term in office. Rohrabacher's resume reads like a feature film. He worked in the White House as Ronald Reagan's speechwriter and with the former president to try and help end the Cold War. Rohrabacher even took it upon himself to travel to Afghanistan in the late 80s to fight alongside the then freedom-fighting Mujahideen against Soviet troops. Oh yeah, and he likes to surf. These days, politics aside, the congressman says he has a new lease on life.
God sort of gave me everything. I've been able to do it all. I've been able to do those things I believe in, do those risky things that I've done in my life, but at the same time, now I've got a wonderful home here in Huntington Beach and 3 lovely children, 1 boy and 2 girls, and I'm just a very happy person in my soul.
Of course, politics is still the other part of Rohrabacher's life, and he says it's his years on the Hill that will earn him another term.
I have the experience, and plus, of course, with 20 years in Washington, I now have seniority, which helps me be able to accomplish some of the things that I've been able to accomplish.
This is candidate Debbie Cook, the mayor of Huntington Beach. Mayor Cook has been on the council since 2000, and this is her second go-around as mayor. Cook has a degree in earth science from Cal State Long Beach, a law degree, and she ran a business for 15 years. After decades of being a community activist and advocate, as she calls herself, Mayor Cook decided to get into politics to make a difference. She's an avid backpacker and hiker. She and her husband have a 32-year-old son and a 1-year-old grandson. The mayor's great-grandfather served during the entire Civil War for the Union, and her father fought in World War II and Korea, serving in the Navy. Now Mayor Cook says she wants to serve in Congress by effecting change that would begin with a solution to the energy crisis.
I mean, we do live in a finite world, and it's becoming apparent that our ability to extract more and more resources at an ever-quickening pace is over. Our population has grown too much, and the scale of our consumption is too great. We are now trying to pull those last remaining small resources out of the ground.
On the local level, Cook says clean air, clean water, an improved transportation system, and a clean port are vital. She says she's ready to work on these issues.
It was never my goal to be in Congress. It was always my goal to make a difference. And I saw this as an opportunity to make a huge difference.
Congressman Rohrabacher says his Republican ideology is embraced by a majority of his district, and that will also help him win this election.
I have the fundamental beliefs and principles that they believe in, that they agree with. This is a more conservative district. It's a Republican district that went heavily for Ronald Reagan and all of the Republican candidates because we believe in limited government and we believe in less taxation and less regulation.
I would argue he's not popular, and many of his ideas are not popular because they're so divisive.
Rohrabacher says his experience covers everything from foreign affairs to technology and aerospace. And he says on the local level, his priorities are also air quality, water issues, and freeway and port congestion. On the national level, the congressman voted against the $700 billion economic rescue package. He says he's tough on immigration and will never grant amnesty or health care benefits to illegal immigrants. And he says a surge is working, and the war in Iraq must be won.
I do think radical Islam would be tremendously encouraged and emboldened if it looked like we were retreating from Iraq.
On the national scene, Mayor Cook says the economic rescue package was flawed. However, she would have voted for it because something needed to be done. Cook says Rohrabacher's immigration approach keeps the U.S. mired in what she calls hateful rhetoric. And she says a compromise is needed to solve this problem and help illegal immigrants. And with regards to the war in Iraq,
I obviously don't believe we should have been there in the first place. That it really is ultimately about the resource there, the oil resource. We wouldn't have gone in there had they not had oil.
No matter what their difference is, both candidates say they know who they are really working for.
I think that people recognize that, as my father always used to say, Dana's for the little guy. I'm watching out for the little guy, and I'm willing to take on the big guys.
When you know somebody says inexperience, well, you don't need experience to make a difference. You just get in there and you start working.
Voters will have the final say when they cast their ballots. In Huntington Beach, David Nazar reporting.